So how do you teach your child about money? Well, I have 5 tips and some tools that will help you begin to introduce the topic of money to the child in your life, whether it be your child or your grandchild or a favorite niece or nephew. Let's start with tip 1. You know, there really is more to do with money than just spend. Our children see us spend all the time. But we all know it's important to teach the children in our lives that you can save some, you can donate some, and you can invest some. Now, I invented a piggy bank, and it's called the Money Savvy Pig, and it's going to help you remind your child that there's more than one thing that they can do with money. It's going to sit on a child's bedside table, and every time money comes into their life, it's going to silently ask your child, what do you want to do with money? Do you want to save some, spend some, donate some, invest some? Don't worry about your child understanding all of the choices, especially if your child is young. Invest is a concept that may be years away, but here's the real trick. It will teach your child that instead of doing just one thing and opening up the bottom plug and spending, that there is more than one thing. It will teach them the habit of choice. Tip number 2, set a goal. You know, in life, doing anything without a goal or understanding why you're doing it, well, it's boring. And if it's boring, you're not going to stick with it. It's very important that your child sticks with the choice that they've made. So, to keep it really interesting and provocative, help your child set a goal for the choices that they've made. If a child stops with the Money Savvy Pig, money in hand, thinks, what do I want to do? Save, spend, donate, or invest, and then says to themselves, but what am I saving for? We've gotten your child to stop, think, and make a choice. And that's delayed gratification, a way in which to teach your child how to control an impulse. And the impulse is to spend. How do they set a goal? Well, the Money Savvy Pig actually comes with stickers that have pictures of goals that will allow your child to think about some goals. Well, maybe I'm saving to buy a new bike. It also comes with blanks in case your child already has an idea. Another tool that we created at Money Savvy Generation to help your child visualize what their goal looks like is the Money Savvy Kids Coloring and Activity Book. And in the middle of the coloring and activity book, there's this wonderful page that has a description of how you save your money for things you want or need 1 year from today, and allows a child to draw a picture of that goal. Or you invest your money for things you want or need 10 years from today. Sometimes it's hard to talk about setting goals, and so one of the things that we did at Money Savvy Generation is we actually created 4 picture books that help you teach the child in your life about the choices they have for money. But not just that. We took 4 of our favorite kids and we modeled their personalities after a money choice. The Money Savvy Kids Club is a way to sit down and very simply talk to your children about money and choice and read to them a story. So it's not what you have to say, it's what the Money Savvy Kids have to say to your kids about money. And it's a great way to start that conversation with them about money. Tip number 3. As adults, we've heard this expression many times, pay yourself first. But the children in our lives don't understand pay yourself first. But it's very important that they learn to understand it. So once again, take the Money Savvy Pig and explain to them that to really be a success in life, you have to learn that every time money comes into their lives, they need to pay themselves first by saving some. Doesn't have to be a lot, but at least some. Show them that by saving some of every dollar that comes into their life, they'll have money for other choices that come into their lives. So, tip number 4, allowance. Most of the questions I get are all about allowance. Parents want to know how much, how soon. Okay, allowance is important. It is the gateway to budgeting. It's what teaches children how to set boundaries when it comes to money. So let's just say this about allowance. Allowance is paid to a child not because they're cute, not for pin money, but for actual expenses. This means a child is probably around the age of 7 or 8 before you introduce allowance. Get a piece of paper, talk about the expenses in your child's life, and have them take charge of one of those expenses. Maybe it's lunch at school. And then give them that money to manage over a period of time. Everything needs to be done in an age-appropriate way. So a first grader, give them 1 week of allowance to manage. And then tell them that they can use the money to spend at school, for lunch at school, or they can keep it and make lunch at home. Begin to give your children choices when it comes to money, and allowance is a great way to begin to give children choices. Okay, tip number 5. Don't forget, and this is the most important tip, model the behavior you want to see in your child. So if you are a spender, then your child will most likely be a spender. So take time to talk to your child about saving. Explain at the dinner table at night that we're saving, we're paying ourselves first, we're putting money away for a vacation. Don't make it look like you're always spontaneously spending, or your child, not understanding more than what they see, will do the same. So if you're in the store and you're looking for items that are on sale, start to talk about the sale. You may feel awkward at first, but you are educating your child by telling them how you yourself save money by buying items that you normally buy but wait until they're on sale. If you're a fan on Facebook, thank you. Money Savvy Generation is on Facebook, and that's a place where we put a lot of tips like the tips I just gave you today. If you're not a fan, please come join us. Look for Money Savvy Generation on Facebook. Come join us and start to teach the child in your life how to get smart about money.